Hello, people who are interested in trauma informed astrology. My name is Kirby Moore. I'm the founder of Trauma Informed Astrology. In this video, we are going to be covering the benefits of taking the first level course, the benefits of taking nervous system foundations. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So what are some of the things that we cover in nervous system foundations? What will you get out of it? So in this first level course, which is 17 hours of videos, and then plus it also comes with 4 hours of live online discussion groups. So that's a total of 21 hours of learning this vital information. In this course, we get into why is trauma the root of all suffering? How does that work? So we will explore what it's like to have a bigger perspective on things, to be able to step back and say, oh, wow, 5 years ago, I was really suffering a lot. I was in that kind of trauma storm. And now I've done some of this good work on my nervous system to repair, to settle my nervous system, to become more embodied. And then I can have more compassion for myself and for others who are suffering similar effects. So we get into how trauma can affect so many different areas of our lives. It influences our health. And when it comes to actual symptoms from unresolved trauma or chronic trauma, there's like at least 50, 60, 70 different possible diseases or symptoms that are certainly associated with trauma. By the way, if you feel like you might have an issue with a medical concern, obviously talk to your doctor, a licensed health practitioner. And then if you keep going to specialists and not getting the answers you're looking for, then certainly investigate whether working with your nervous system to repair that trauma could also help those symptoms. Yeah, so trauma affects a lot more than just our health. Our relationships to others, that's friendships, intimate relationships, family relationships, romantic relationships, those can all be affected by trauma. It affects our professional capacities and our professional demeanor, our relationships professionally as well. Trauma can even get into playing a role in how our beliefs function. Am I really rigid in my beliefs, or am I more open, tolerant, and accepting? If I'm stuck in a trauma vortex, I'm not going to have much creativity, right? If I'm just struggling to survive day to day, hour to hour, let's be honest, I'm not going to be very creative in that time. So we give the nervous system more time and space. We open things up. We slow down to get in touch with healthy, organic internal rhythms, and then we can be more creative. We can be able to give and receive more authentic love. We can explore spirituality. We can be in more of a flow state rather than being in a stuck or a stagnant place. And there's really many benefits to repairing the nervous system and getting clearer about how trauma could affect my life and the lives of my clients. In the Nervous System Foundations course, we will talk about what are resources, what is resilience, what is embodiment. And we unpack all of these things in this first course. So how do we work with resources? How do we strengthen our resilience? We get into all of that in this great first course. Why is the nervous system so important to understanding trauma? Well, the nervous system is our mind. It determines how settled, how calm. It determines the state of my mind. It determines my moods. So you can see how the nervous system is so crucial in our day-to-day functioning. And then in the past 20 years, with a lot more recent research around the vagus nerve and the polyvagal system, the polyvagal theory, we're understanding more of how the nervous system is the bridge between the brain and the heart and the gut. The nervous system includes the heart mind. It includes my intuition. It includes the gut mind, my gut feelings. It includes the wisdom in the body. And so if I'm just living from my head up, guess what? I don't have much access to my embodied intuition. I don't have much access to my gut feelings or even the wisdom inherent in my body. So learning how a healthy nervous system typically functions helps us to see how trauma can disrupt a healthy process of connection, both connections between head and heart, head and gut, head and pelvis, inside, but also healthy connections between relationships outside as well. In this first course, we will ask the question, what is the state of my nervous system? And then once I know that, then I can start to answer the question, what is the state of my client's nervous system? So whether I'm a yoga teacher, art therapist, psychotherapist, a nurse, a life coach, an astrologer, etc., what is the state of my nervous system? This is a very important question, because only then can we really know which interventions to use, like what would be beneficial for me in this moment. Once I can track my own nervous system, I can start to recognize yellow flags before they turn red. I can see what self-care I need and when I need it, right? I can notice, oh gosh, I might need to take an hour off here and just rest for a bit. I can eventually develop sensitivity in the energetic resonance, feeling what my clients need, even from across the room. That's pretty advanced. That might be down the road. And I also realize that not everybody has the time to practice self-care when they want to. If I'm taking care of my family or my kids, taking care of a sick loved one, then of course, do the best you can when you have the time, when you can get into exploring nervous system repair. I highly recommend it. But of course, if you have a newborn baby, if you have a 2-year-old, be a good parent first and foremost, right? Ideally, we want to do nervous system repair before we even have children. That's ideal. But again, how many of us get that opportunity? Not so many. So more about what you receive in this course, the Nervous System Foundations course. Trauma is ubiquitous. It is everywhere. Almost everybody walking through the door of my office, coming to my classes, attending my workshops, people, if I go to yoga classes, other people in those classes, if I attend life coaching, other people receiving psychotherapy, receiving body work, going into a hospital for whatever reason, probably a solid 95% of them have experienced trauma, whether it's happened in the past, whether it's happened recently, or whether it's going to happen in the future. There's a good chance most people around me have been dealing with overwhelm in their nervous system. So here's our chance to learn what I need and what my clients need to repair this challenging inner state. It's so beneficial to learn this material. Once we do learn about the nervous system, once we learn about what trauma looks like, then we can have bigger compassion. And first and foremost, it has to be said, we can have bigger compassion for ourselves. So we cultivate bigger compassion for ourselves, and then we can have compassion for others. Learning this vital material is so important for this. If I understand how trauma works, I can have so much more compassion. Rather than being frustrated with somebody's limitations, I can understand, oh, that's probably trauma talking, and I can have so much more compassion and patience and tolerance around that. We deepen our own awareness, we heal and repair our own nervous systems, and then we can extend this precious compassion beyond ourselves to others, to our clients, our customers, our friends, our loved ones, our family members. And on top of everything I just mentioned about this course, we also get into unpacking the functional range, the window of tolerance, We explore the autonomic nervous system. We explore the vagus nerve. And we go deeper into what it means to be more fully embodied. And so this includes, we teach 10 embodiment exercises, somatic exercises, and tools for coming down out of the head and into the body. These exercises are so beneficial. They're so easy. They're so crucial. And on top of everything else I've mentioned that comes with this course, there are even 2 demos that you can see that come with the course. So you can see trauma-informed astrology in action. So there are many reasons to take this course. So even if a little bit of this material seems like, oh, I've been there, I've gotten that, I took a short trauma-informed training. This course is very comprehensive. It's 17 hours of videos on top of the 4 hours of discussion groups where you can attend online, asking me questions about the material, really personalizing the material for you. In the first course, we're not going to talk about astrology so much, but if there's time in the discussion groups, we can go into that a little bit. So leave your comments, leave your questions about this video, about this topic, and certainly check out my website, traumainformedastrology.com. And in the description underneath this video, you can also see the link to the sales page for how you can take Nervous System Foundations, which is available online on Teachable right now. And you can go through those 17 hours at your own pace. And so glad you watched this video. So glad you're interested in this vital, important material. And again, thank you so much.